My name is Rebecca Carter, and I'm teaching your Science 101 course. I wanted to introduce myself also just so you could see who I am and know who you're corresponding with over this course. So one thing I also wanted to do was also to show you the book so that you can know what you're supposed to get. Now, you probably can already get this from the bookstore, but here it is. It's called The Environment and You, and it is the 3rd edition. So make sure you get the right one. You can get a couple of different ways. You can buy it digital. Highly recommend that. It's cheaper. But if you really like having a hard copy, you saw the one I have. But also you can get a binder version if you like to have one in your notebook that you can flip through and take the pages out and that kind of thing. So there's 3 different ways that you can get it. But also it's really important to make sure that you get the textbook so that you have the modifying and mastering, which is a good bit of the assignments that you're going to be doing. And I will show you how to access those in just a few minutes. So just make sure you get the access code with the book if you're not buying it in the bookstore. So just a little bit of background about me. I've been at Coastal for several years now. I teach Science 101 and Biology 101. And I do have some background in teaching before Coastal. I taught high school for a number of years, including Virtual SC, which is an online school for high school and middle school students in South Carolina. So if you went to school here, high school, you may have taken some courses through them as well. So basically, I wanted to give you some advice as somebody who's taught online courses for a number of years, and just some basic things that are really common just to help you kind of make it through this course easily. Okay, so the first thing is make sure that you make that syllabus your best friend for this course. Okay, read it, keep it with you, or at least make it easily accessible. Most of the questions you're going to ask me are probably already in that syllabus. It has the complete schedule as well, so if you like to cross things off as you do them, or highlight them, or whatever, print it out. That's great. Also, make sure, because you do not have daily or a couple of times a week contact with me in person where I can give you reminders or don't forget to do this, you really, really need to make sure you read everything. Watch all the videos, and I would suggest to even take notes. Taking notes is a good way to keep everything in one place in your notebook, so whenever you do have questions, you can't remember exactly where you read it, or you don't want to read through the whole syllabus again to find out, this, that, or the other, maybe you have it in your notebook, and that's just an easy way for you to keep track of things. Another thing that we do tend to have a lot more with internet courses or online courses are internet issues. So I thought I'd give you a couple of pointers, a couple of things that are really common with that. If you're having an issue opening something, make sure that you have allowed pop-ups. Okay? And I will show you how to do that in a minute when I turn and show you the course. Okay? The other thing is sometimes if you're having issues just like watching a video or something won't open, try using different browsers. And that can be with really any kind of internet issue. There are some browsers that work really well with certain things and some that work really well with other things. So I know it's kind of weird, but some browsers can be really moody and they don't want to open certain types of videos or files. So try using different browsers. Like if you're using Internet Explorer, instead maybe try Google Chrome or Safari or something else. And then lastly, I just want to tell you good luck on the course, and I am here if you need anything. Just give me a call or an email, and I want to help you. I want to make sure that you're successful. So without further ado, I will go ahead and show you the course. My course may be a little bit different than some of the other courses you've taken. I do have announcements up here that sometimes I will use. I generally do like to come over to Compose New Email and correspond with you through email. But just keep an eye on those announcements as well. There's a Q&A form here for those of you who may have a question, but that is not personal in nature. you can ask it here, and this way other students can answer. If I don't answer right away, please feel free to jump in. I do try to watch the Q&A forum and my email and answer at least daily. Your student resources are right here underneath that. And this is anything from academic support, technology support, and it is laid out like a book. So if you haven't done an online course, and especially in Moodle, this is like having an internet book, which is actually exactly what it is. So if you wanted to go straight from academic support to important websites, for example, you have a table of contents, you can jump right to those important websites. Or you can use these arrows to scroll page by page. So here is your academic support, those websites that you may need, health support, technology support, and then also any other websites that you may need are listed here, and the links are, you can just click on, see how it turns into a hand over it, you can just click on that. Okay, and it should bring you to that website in a new page. Attendance is very important, yes, even for a distance learning course. This is where I will keep track of it, so when you go into your own personal Moodle page, once I start tracking it, you will see it in there and you can keep track of it, and I really encourage you to keep track of it too. Look at what I'm recording in there. That way, you know, if you don't know for sure, like it shows that you're missing and it says you're missing a day, that means you're missing a major assignment. That's a clue there that you missed something. You need to talk to me about what you missed or whatever's going on there. Okay, so one of the important aspects, I showed you the book already, is to do these Pearson, MyLab, and Mastering homeworks. So I have a couple of links here for you. This is a PDF. If you like to have, you can print it out, and it tells you how to get to Pearson through Moodle. Okay? Or if you like the video version, you click on this and this brings you to the video. Please watch it or use the PDF file, and make sure you know how to do this pronto, because these are going to be a major aspect of your homework and your grade. You can go straight to it also through this, and I'll just show you real quick. This brings you over to where you can open MyLab and Mastering. Okay? That's all the stuff that's on the top. Now that is just general overall tools that you can use. The first thing you're going to want to do is to, well, it looks like you already have. You're watching the welcome video. Make sure you read the syllabus right here. Read it thoroughly. Familiarize yourself with the attendance policy, my office hours, when tests are due. Learn it, live it, because this is going to be your life for the next month and a half, okay? And you will have to take the syllabus quiz. There's a link right here. It'll bring you right to the quiz. That will be due on the first day of class, June 10th. You will also need to log in to MyLab and Mastering on the first day and complete the introduction quiz, okay? So I already opened it for you once, but I did want to go ahead and bring you over so that I can show you once you are able to get in there through Moodle. Now I've already accessed it through Moodle, so you will have to watch the video to make sure that you're doing it right and or download the PDF. Okay? So once you're in here, it may look different than what I'm seeing, but you should have something that shows you, you know, what's coming up or what's due next. It may be in a calendar format, or it may show up like this. And you can click on that. See, it shows me it's not available for you yet. By the time you watch this video, it should be, though. But you can click on that and do that. And that really is, it shouldn't take you long to do. Or you can actually go to the calendar and it would show you any assignments that are open. It won't show you anything in May, but it would show you, like if all of these were available right now, you'd see them all in your calendar, and then you can just click on them. Okay, this is all outlined in the syllabus though, so if it looks like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff, these are all little activities, and it tells you in your syllabus as well what's going on there. Okay? Alright, so once you've completed the syllabus quiz and the introduction to Pearson, make sure that you do the Introduce Yourself video forum. That will be due at the end of week 1. This is so that I can get to know you, your other classmates can get to know you, and also you can get to know me because I made an example video for you that is in here. Make sure I can see you, that I can hear you, and that you have all the required information in here. And if you have lecture and lab, you can use the same video for both. I would suggest that if it's a bigger file that you upload it to YouTube and then just post the link in the forum. So just to show you really quick, this is a forum type thing where you would add a new discussion topic and then add your link in there, and then you can see everybody else's underneath that. Right now it would just be my video, and then you could click on that and then watch my video. Okay, or whoever's videos are there. I encourage you to watch them all so you know who you're in the class with, and you can put a face with a name if there's like any Q&A forums or anything like that. Okay, so I want to show you this also. This is also just a general Moodle formatting thing. I love the calendar. If we go to June, I have to scroll back down. It always brings me to the top. If you go to June, it will actually show you right here things that are due, and you can actually go to those links. So like Tuesday, June 11th, you have Chapter 3 quiz and Chapter 1 quiz. Okay? And so on. And you can click on those. And this is all stuff that it's due in the first unit, which is the only one that's open right now. Okay, so let's look at Unit 1. Okay? Unit 1 is June 10th through 16th. And it has your student learning outcomes right underneath the dates here, and then your unit book. All of your links for everything are underneath it. So by the time you even get to this, you probably have already finished the syllabus quiz. Okay? But that is part of your Unit 1. Now, I will say, if you're looking at this going, oh my gosh, this is a lot of stuff, I want to point out this is not a face-to-face class. So you are going to have a lot of, doing chapter quizzes, doing lecture activities, making sure you're doing Pearson homework. So it is going to be a lot of stuff to make up for not having that face-to-face type atmosphere. Come up with a strategy. Keep track of your assignments and just make sure you keep up, because I am really strict about those due dates for lecture and for lab. Make sure that you're keeping up with this stuff. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know. I do want to work with you. I want to make sure that you do well in the course. Okay, so each of the weeks are set up the same way. Here's Unit 1. Click on the book. And it goes by dates. Okay? So this is one of those internet books again. June 10th, you're going to read the syllabus, which is linked there. Take the syllabus quiz. And make an introduce yourself video, which I just realized is not linked. I can probably go ahead and link that for you here in just a few minutes. And then you can log into MyPearson, MyLab, and Mastering and complete the introduction quiz that I showed you in there. That's all due on the first day. All of that stuff is really straightforward, easy information. Okay? We can go to the second day. And anytime that you have a chapter quiz, there's usually a video that goes along with it. And you'll get familiar with this just after week 1 of how this works. You'll watch the video. There's 2 different chapters here, chapter 1 and chapter 3. And then you go, the links are right here in the book. You can click right on that, and it actually should open it for you in a new screen. You take your quiz. It tells you the dates right there. And then you can close it out and go back, watch the second video, and take that quiz. And this is due on June 11th. Okay? And then complete your scientific method worksheet quiz for June 12th. All right. And then the end of that first week, here's the information for that. Read chapter 2 and then complete the corresponding Pearson homework. This link brings you back. I think I tried to make most of the links open in a new window so you can go right back to where you were. But this brings you right back to where you can click in once you're able to access it through Moodle. And then there's a lecture activity for chapter 2, a lecture discussion that's linked right there. So what's going to happen is this you will download, complete, and turn it into this submission link down here. There's a second part to this activity that I'm requiring you to turn in separate. It's all in this activity, but I want the environmental law presentation separate. Okay? All of the information that you need for this lecture activity are right here in these articles and lists. And then you participate in your chapter 2 lecture discussion, which is linked here. You click on that. It opens in a new window. Add a new discussion topic. Okay? So I tried to make it extremely user-friendly for you. All that's due on June 14th. And then your Chapter 7 activity and Pearson homework is due on June 16th. Okay? So as you can see, you may notice a trend here. If there's a video for that chapter, there's a quiz with it. If it's a Pearson homework, it's a lecture activity with it. Okay? So that way you can have similar units each week, different chapters, but you can really get a rhythm going, and hopefully it'll make it pretty straightforward for you. Now, all of that is linked in that book, so really you only really have to go into that book. You can look at everything, you can click on all of the links, but all of it is also right underneath here for you, with descriptions of some of it, most of it, right here. Okay? So that is week 1, and right now, that's the only week that's going to be open. About midway to the end of week 1, I will go ahead and open week 2 for you. So if you want, you can start on that week during week 1 or the weekend before. Okay? And it's all going to be set up the same way. So when you click on that unit, it tells you what chapters to read, if there's Pearson homework with it, completing lecture activities, okay? And then the due date, there's a video. Okay, that means there's going to be a worksheet or a quiz with that one right here. Now this one's a little bit different because there's a worksheet and that you can download and take while you're watching the video, and then you actually add the answers to the video quiz. Okay, so it's not a submission here. It's a video quiz where you take the answers that you answered and then you submit them here. Okay? Just make sure you read instructions for everything as you go. That'll help answer a lot of your questions, like with that last video on frogs. You may have questions about, well, how do I submit this? I don't see a submission link. If you read the instructions, it tells you exactly how you're going to do that. Okay, so June 23rd shows you here that is your first exam. Okay, make sure you read all the instructions on that. to make sure you open it within the right time frame and give yourself time to do it. More videos, which means you're going to take quizzes on those videos there. Okay? Alright, so as you scroll down, you'll see Unit 3 set up the same way. Submission links underneath the books. Go through the unit book. Make sure you understand what's going on. Unit 4. Unit 5 is just Chapter 18, your semester overview, and your final exam. You do have to do the review crossword because that is for points. And then you'll just give me some feedback, and that pretty much sums up the course. Okay? So I suppose the major components are read the chapters, do Pearson's with the ones you read, and the activities with the ones you read. And then the other chapters you'll watch videos and submit quizzes for. And then you have 2 tests and a final exam. Okay? I am here if you need anything. Just let me know anything you need. You can email, call, or text. I don't mind text and actually prefer them. It's easier and faster to respond. So if you like that format, please feel free. I want to make sure you do well in this course. If you're not sure what you're doing, don't hesitate and don't wait. Please let me know what I can do to help you. And I really look forward to working with you in this course.